Hey everyone, welcome back and thank you for joining me for another video where we are going to be continuing on with our quest to finish all the crafting quests in Tuliolo. So we are going to be unlocking the ones for Blacksmith, Armorer, and Goldsmith, which is from Rral Soj, your friendly neighborhood metalworker. Ah, it must be my lucky day. You're Claire, the artisan roped in, aren't you? It's a pleasure. Name's Rral Soj, and I'm the proprietor of this here shop. From pots to knives, if it's used on a daily and made of metal, I smith it. There's one code I live by, and it's to never keep a customer waiting. Soon as an order comes in, I do my damnedest to have it ready soon as I'm able. Can't have folks living their lives without the proper utensils, see? Won't say that speed don't come at a price. My goods come quality assured, but they ain't always pretty to look at. Once upon a time, might be that I aspired to metalwares even a dawn servant would be proud to use, but that was the childish dreams of a childish lass. Reality ain't so sweet, better to leave the fancy fineries to the Moblins. I ain't ashamed to admit their craftsmanship knows no equal, but I ain't ashamed of what I do either. Knowing that my goods are needed is what gets me up in the morning. What I'm trying to say is, I win my custom by providing fast and reliable service. And I need your help to give them that. I have a bit of an embarrassing problem on my hands, see? I have a young lass come to me asking for work a little ways back. She claimed to have experience working metal, so I figured why not? With a new hire, I thought I could start accepting bulk orders. But that Papawni, bless her heart, she's earnest to a fault, but the girl barely knows her way around a pitchfork, let alone a forge. I've already accepted a hefty order, and I'm afraid we don't have it ready in time. I don't want to let any of my customers down, so I ask you, will you lend me a hand? You'll be well compensated for your work, promise. Sure, why not? That's why I'm here. A heartening reply, thank you. I can already sense you the confidence of a not too shabby artisan. We best begin with introductions then. Might I trouble you to fetch Papawni? I sent her to Bayside Bevy to purchase materials for pots some time ago, but she hasn't returned. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be quests for specifically Black Mage, Armorer, or Goldsmith. I was actually looking forward to doing this one. It looks pretty interesting. Really have no idea what it's going to be about. If I had to guess, I'd say it would have to be between her and her new assistant, maybe not getting along very well, and we're here to just kind of try to, make peace or something. I have no idea. Down here? No, not here. Up this way. Oh, there she is. Wait, you're one of the Third Promise's companions, aren't you? You may not recall, but we actually passed by one another in Earthenshire. Oh, is that who she is? I think I remember you. I'm Papawni, a former potsworn. I'm honored to finally meet you. Oh wow, that's a surprise. Gosh, do I miss how the Moblins spoiled us artisans. They provided every luxury you could imagine. A cot fluffier than an alpaca fleece, platters of delectable food. Best of all, they took care of all the cleaning, letting us focus wholeheartedly on our work. Alas, the storm left them short of supplies and help hands. I realized that the environment I once enjoyed there would not soon return, and made the hard choice to end my pop pack and journey here for work. Yeah, I find that a bit rude. I mean, the storm wasn't their fault. Ah, but look at me. We've hardly met, and I'm already talking your ear off. Excuse me, what brings you to this corner of XRral? For you, kinda. Mistress Rral Soj requested your assistance with the shop? Oh, forgive me, forgive me. My inaptitude has inconvenienced even you. Okay, that's a bit much. Since the day I started working for her, I can't seem to fulfill a single one of Mistress Rral Soj's requests properly. As a potsworn, my work was quite intricate, you see. The Moblins desired only the most lavish and ornate novelties, so that is what I made. I can't even imagine where to begin making household goods. Not even a pot. I spent more time than I cared to admit in front of the supplier, trying to guess which materials might be appropriate for forging one, until I just felt utterly overwhelmed and wound up here. Oh, confounded by a pot! I'm no artisan, I'm a fraud. You know, most people aren't even aware that the potsworn exists. Even bringing it up as a credential here only seems to garner doubt. I feel as if I've begged for work from every shop in Tuliolo, but none would hire me. No one but Mistress Rral Soj. She knew no more of the potsworn than anyone else, but she welcomed me with open arms instead of disbelief. I want to repay her compassion, her faith in me. So I will. This isn't the time to be moping. I even have a new friend beside me. I can simply relearn the basics, starting with the materials for a pot. But first things first, we should return to Mistress Rral Soj as she requested. Wow, a little surprised that they don't know about the whole potsworn, so they honestly think that the goblins are the Moblins are the ones making all of this. Which, to be fair, generally in fantasy, it's goblins who are pretty adept at making these things. I think it's like second only to the dwarfs. But yeah. Yeah, I do vaguely recall her. When we first entered Earthenshire, we heard somebody complaining about, you know, their treatments there, and then we're just walking out. For some reason, though, in my head, I just kind of picture a Vieira. I'm not sure why. Anyway, like, you chose to leave, so I don't think you have any right to try to complain. Thanks for bringing her back, Claire. To think Papawni didn't even know the makings of a pot. Oh, but that can come later. Now that you're both here, I'd like to discuss the bulk order we have lined up. I'll fill you in once you're ready, so just give me a shout. Okay, so this is gonna be all about metalworking. It's gonna be nice. Nice way to being able to level up. Okay, so the next quest is hard to read. Okay, is eager to begin her explanation. I take it you're ready? I'll elaborate on the details of the order then. A Hanu farmer requested a large supply of scythes to be used for harvesting reeds. Though reeds are relatively light, they're deceptively firm. That being the case, the both of you'll need to take special care that the blades have a sharp edge, and also make sure the handles have enough girth for the hefty hands of the Hanu. Harvest season draws near and time's tight, but if you could prepare about 6 scythes, Papawni and I can handle the rest. I'm counting on you. Now let's get to work. Okay, so where is it? Class, here it is. Yeah, okay, so I have some things. Let's go ahead and get the materials, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Funny enough, they didn't really have too many of the supplies available at a reasonable price, so I had to spend some time actually making some. But we are already having 5 of the necessary sites ready to go, and this is the final one. So they're really not so bad, especially like if you've leveled up like as far as you could up to this point. I haven't even had to change out gear or tools yet. I'm sure that's definitely going to change down the line though. I noticed that the two of you have not budged an inch, so maybe you should be getting to work. The sooner we can have those sides ready, the better. Thank you. This is fine work. Even better than what I hoped for, in fact. You must be an artisan of some renown abroad. Oh, you have no idea, lady. You have no idea. Had a look at each of the sides, and I'm pleased to say the quality's up to par. Good work, both of you. As for the quantity, we've the 6 Claire prepared, 2 made by Papawni, and 3 by yours truly, with a grand total of 11. We've the amount requested by the client. I'm sorry. I was so fixated on coming up with a design that was easy to use and maintain that I barely had time to make them. If I had been faster, perhaps I could have reduced Claire's burden. Oh, it's okay. 6 seems to be the magic number here. Well, in the end, your design was elegantly simple. That'll come in handy if we ever have to make more, and if our customers have an easier time maintaining their tools, all the better. I'll inform the client that the sites are ready to be picked up. Won't be but a moment. Wow, she goes and informs them personally. Now that's service. Sorry for the wait. I have the sides you requested here. I'm guessing that she likes them. Marvelous! It was worth coming all the way to the city for such craftsmanship. Now we'll have a much easier time with the harvest. For we Hanu, the harvest is an immense task and crucial to our way of life. The softer reeds are used as food, while the sturdier ones are used to thatch the roofs of our homes and more. You could say our livelihoods are built on reeds. You both assisted in crafting the sites, yes? Thank you so much for putting such care into your work. Oh, stop it. It was our pleasure. You act as if this is the first time you've ever been thanked for a job well done. You had plenty of experience as an artisan before coming to work for me, didn't you? I did, but an intermediary took care of transactions, so I never actually met a customer face to face. But believe it or not, this is the first time. But I must say the feeling is amazing. Really, really amazing. In fact, I should be thanking you, miss.
Oh dear, she's really as sweet as you say, Rral. I see why a long-time loner like you would speak so fondly of your new hand. Aww. I told you that was just between you and me. I'll be letting everyone back home know that XRral Soj Metalwares is the best place to buy their supplies. You'll be hearing from me again before long.
I appreciate it. Do come again soon. With a little word of mouth, another order may come in before we know it. That said, Papawni, you clearly still need more practice with crafting the essentials. And until she has a proper handle on things, I hope I can continue to rely on your help. I don't see why not. Meddlesome metalworker. Okay, so let's go ahead and head off to the next one. Okay, sorry about that, had to pause there. But here we have Hey Aunt Tilly. That's a weird name, but hey. Glad you're here, Claire. Thanks to our last client's word of our efficiency seems to have spread, and a new bulk order has come in. I trust I can still count on your help. So, what's the request this time? A large order of tortilla presses for Aunt Tills. Who's that? What? You never heard of Aunt Tills Tacos? It's one of the most popular taco places in the city. I see, but are tortilla presses normally ordered in bulk? Surely her stock didn't break all at once. This is something of a special case. Seems the manufacturer in charge of Tills tortilla production's having a complete overhaul and everything needs replaced, spares included. She wants us to prepare as many presses as possible. I feel like I keep slipping out of different accents with her. Claire, I'd like you to make 6 of them. Papawni and I will handle the remainder. Dylan entrusted this order to my shop because she has faith we'll get the job done in a timely fashion. Let's show her what we're made of. You've got it. I'll do my best to make sure she leaves just as satisfied as our last customer. I mean, I think that 6 tortilla presses is already a bit extensive, but, you know, how many are you guys planning on making? Like around 6 too? So that's like 12 altogether. Wow. Okay, so let's go ahead and just make some real quick. But man, handmade tortillas. That's a luxury right there and then. Oh, man, I really want a taco now. Okay, so that's 1 down, so we still got 5 more, but we'll go ahead and skip that. Okay, 6 down. I'll be hard at work crafting my share of presses when I get a spare moment from tending the shop. Soon as you have your share ready, just say the word. Why do you think I'm here? I never even left. Ah, finished already, have you? This has just the right amount of weightiness to it, and the surfaces look perfectly flat. I dare say Till will steal whatever competition is left with the tortillas she makes from these. Everyone to meet Till. Till, meet the team. Hello. I'm Tassol, the proud owner of Aunt Till's Tacos. It's lovely to meet you all. Your lightning fast work with the presses is an absolute godsend. I can't thank you enough. We've been using only hardwood presses at the manufactory till now, but I can't tell you how many times I've had to order replacements. The things seem to break at the slightest bit of force. Having metal presses will be a huge relief. I promise you, these could take a beating and then some. Oh, I don't doubt it. And seeing as if you've already proven yourself a woman of your word, you'll be the first person I come to for my cooking supplies from now on. Now then, I must be getting these presses to the manufactory, so I'll excuse myself here. Do be sure to visit my store next chance you get. Would be a shame if you didn't get a taste of the tortillas you had to hand in making. Seriously, you're making me hungry now. I really want to go out and get some tacos. We never been able to fulfill the order in time, if not for you, Claire. My thanks. Claire, Mistress Rral Soj, I am so sorry. Once again I was too slow. I only managed to prepare a single press. Papawni, you put your heart into your work. I can see that. But if you're going to continue to work here, you need to come to grips with the stipulations of the job. Truth be told, I need you outputting the same amount as Claire here. I've been watching you work. You spend far too much time devoting your attention to a single item. I'm sorry. I was so thrilled to see my efforts appreciated before. I thought that if I put my all into these presses as well, Mistress Tassol would be overjoyed. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I wanted to make them flawless and easy to maintain, and in the process I completely lost track of the time. I admire that you're trying to make the best product possible, but sometimes a customer only wants a tool that works, and they want it quick. Try to keep that in mind next time. Well, yeah, I can see your point too. Claire, looks like you're not rid of me yet. I can't rely on your help forever, but for now, please continue to lend us your expertise. Yeah, I can kind of see where this story is going. I mean, they both have their strengths and flaws. Marvelous metal worker. Okay, for next one is level 95. Alright, I'll be right back then. Okay, I'm back, and here we are at level 95. And the next quest is a job quickly done. Urgent order. Wow, must be serious. You're just the person I wanted to see, Claire. An urgent order's come in. Our client this time is a traveling pelu peddler who needs as many lightweight lanterns as we can make before she departs the city. While she'll use a number of the lanterns herself during her travels, I understand she intends to sell the majority of them to folk back home. I'll need you both working at a brisk pace today.
Yes, ma'am. Will the lanterns be used on alpaca back, or will they be carried by hand? It's just that depending on how the lanterns will be used, their intensity, their size, and practicality ought to be considered.
Slave to the minute plate as ever. Very well, I'll instruct you as we work.
Do you not wish to hear these details as well, Claire?
Yeah, I mean, I spent time with the Pelu. I think we have an idea.
Oh, I had no idea. I've seen little of the world for myself, so my outlook is probably narrower than most. Mayhap that is why it takes me so long to understand the needs of our patrons. Maybe I should... No, this isn't the time. I must concentrate on completing the task set before me first.
I'll help her get started. In the meantime, I need you prepping those lanterns as soon as able. If you can craft at least 6, we should be in the clear. Why am I not surprised? It's always 6. Of course, they're gonna find an excuse to have us make 6 of them all at once. Okay. I mean, they have to be small and light because the Pelu are really tiny. And they do need to have at least a small handle so that they can attach it to like a side saddle or carry it themselves, so... And probably not too bright. Just enough to see by because they probably don't want to attract too much attention from beasts as they roam the land, so... But you know, those were pretty valid questions. So yeah, she might be slower than a lot of artisans, but hey, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. She really does want to work hard and make a really good product. And sometimes that's really what you need more than speed. Because if you make them too fast, then, well, chances are that they're going to be pretty shoddy work anyway. But let's go ahead and just skip ahead. Alright, so that's the last one. Clients will be departing before long, but I know I can count on you to have those lanterns ready. Fantastic work, Claire. One would have no trouble treading even the most poorly kept roads at night with this. Yeah, these things really do give out really good experience points. Ah, it's actually kind of cute. The lantern, I mean. All ready to set off then. I am. I'll take whatever lanterns you were able to prepare. Not a problem. So happens Claire here just finished crafting a selection I dare say you'll be quite pleased with. The alpacas are just so cute. Splendid, simply splendid. My thanks for preparing these in so short a time. Uh-oh. Of course, for a merchant like yourself, time is money. I'm pleased we were able to be of service. Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Now I best be setting off. I wish you all continued success. I'm guessing it didn't go so well for her, though. Once again, I can't thank you enough for your aid, Claire. We truly couldn't have done this without you. No doubt Papawni understands this most keenly. She failed to craft even a single lantern after all. Ooh boy. I told you this was an urgent request. Surely you can imagine what might befall a merchant traveling without a lantern. Well, it's their fault for not waiting around for one or coming to the city without one. Damn it, Papawni. You know my code. Never ever keep a customer waiting. If you want to work here, then I'm begging you, pick up the pace. I'm so sorry. I'm not like Claire. I can't make something of quality at the speed you require. Yet, I also cannot simply forsake all else for speed. I want the things I make to be just right for the people who use them. On my dignity as a former potsworn and as an artisan, this is the one thing I cannot yield. I never should have come here. I will return to Earthenshire and renew my contract with the Moblins. Papawni, wait! Moblins? Potsworn? What was she talking about? I'm sorry you had to see that, Claire. I'm still getting used to this whole business of being an employer. I fear my inexperience may be to blame for setting Papawni off like that. Give me a minute to process this, would you? Honestly, I wish all artisans cared like her. Really. I mean, I would not mind having to wait a little bit longer if I got something that was really, like, quality crafted items. Hey, teamwork makes the craft work. I appreciate you being here, Claire. Could really use someone to talk to right now. Don't even know where to start. Should I chase after Papawni or leave her be? Hope you don't mind if I ramble a bit. Might help me to clear my head. Thanks. Might not be obvious, but the truth is, I think the world of Papawni. When she first came to my shop, she was like a pup that lost its bark. Head hanging, ears drooping and all. But that pup had determination. I could see in her eyes when she told me she wanted to work here. She meant it. I knew then, and I know now, her devotion to the craft is the real deal, and ain't no denying it. But the fact is, her approach is time-consuming, and that runs counter to the core tenet of my shop. That said, I'm the one who decided to run things this way. The reason I did, well, let's just say I lack the talent to craft quality items at a pace I'm comfortable with. I'm in sheer awe of the way you're able to make veritable works of art with such efficiency. You're leagues above someone like me. Everything I know about metallurgy, I learned on my own. Really? Well, that's actually kind of impressive. Come to think of it, even though I've been hiring your services all this time, I've told you little and less about myself. That's about to change. In my youth, used to be that I put together equipment for the local hunters in the village far removed from here. or any other signs of civilization for that matter. Developed a love for the craft in those days and decided to pursue it. Followed where the people were, which led me here to Tuliolo. First thing I did when I arrived was look for the nearest Moblin willing to hire me. Even where I come from, everybody knows nobody forges finer metals than them. Figured I could learn from him on the job. I pleaded with them till they finally offered me a chance, on the condition that I move to Kozamauka. I refused. I wanted to be near the people I craft for. And that was that. I gave up my opportunity to learn under the Moblins and followed my shop specializing in daily necessities, with the promise of a swift delivery. Yeah, I think we really need to tell her the truth. Their master is not of metallurgy, but caretaking. Judging by what Papawni said before she left, I reckon there's much about the Moblins I don't know. Mind filling me in? So that's the way of it, eh? All this time, I thought those metal marvels were made by the Moblins themselves. When they agreed to hire me way back then, must be that they wanted me to move so I could learn under the other potsworn in their care. Potsworn like Papawni, who'd never been thanked by a customer once in their life. She said she was going to return to the Moblins and work for him again, but she must have cut ties for a reason. Not so sure her former employers will take her back in so easily. I'll admit it, I'm worried about her. I want to see if she's all right, and I want to see what sort of environment the Moblins prepared for artisans like her. Would you mind tagging along with me to Earthenshire? This is taking an interesting turn. It really is. Again, I'm a bit surprised that people don't know more about the whole potsworn thing. That was an accident. I don't know why I accidentally keep shifting. Okay, so heading to Earthenshire. You know, the stairs are still out, so how are they able to get here so quickly? So this is where the Moblins and the potsworn live. Now where do you reckon Papawni might be? Is that so? Are you sure there's no room for another artisan? My goodness, Mistress Rral Soj! Claire, what are you doing here? I didn't want to leave things between us as they were, and Claire told me about the potsworn. I knew you cared deeply about the quality of your work, but I didn't understand just how much till coming here. This place is filled with masterpieces. I can see how making them would be much more fulfilling than my boring old tools. So, will you become a potsworn again? Oh no, my former help hand has already welcomed someone else. Then come back with me. Now that I've seen firsthand what kind of work you were involved in, I can give you qualitative tasks that you'll excel at. I'm sure of it. But that would go against your code.
No, I mustn't return. I refuse to inconvenience you any more than I already have. Yeah. I mean, come on. You two are like two halves of one whole. It was like meant to be.
We've seen countless crafts hands make metal pieces. We can discern craft hands' characteristics with quick fastness. Papawni, Rral Soj, they are opposites. One's strength is the other's weakness. By compensating for one another, they can create metal pieces faster, greater than they could on their own. You think so too, don't you? Why not put the idea to trial test? Balance scale is broken, needs repair. Fulcrum is no good, very unstable. We cannot check true weight of anything. Please help me fix. Rral Soj prepares materials. Papawni sees to the finishing touches. Claire helps these two work together.
Instead of crafting individually, we simply handle the tasks we specialize in. I'm willing to give it a shot. We certainly can't abandon our friend in need of capable artisans here. What say you, Papawni?
Yes, of course.
Then I'll get started on prepping the components immediately. Give me a moment, would you? I'm a little surprised I didn't figure this out sooner. Sorry to keep you waiting. Here are the components, Claire. I'd like you to assemble the fulcrum. Once you have, please hand it over to Papawni so she can see to the replacements and any finishing touches. I believe that's the most efficient way to go about this. Should you run out of components, just say the word. I have plenty more on hand. I have a feeling that it's going to be just fine.
I shall examine the damage scales and consider what other adjustments may be necessary in the meantime. Pray let me know when the fulcrum is ready.
Okay, I'll let you go ahead and get some rest, old friend. Yeah, so this is actually the part of the scale that actually works as the balance between the two sides. Oh, that was easy.
Having examined the scales closely now, I've confirmed what a fulcrum will indeed be necessary to restore the device's functionality. How fares your progress with the assembly? Oh, this is magnificent. I shall replace the broken fulcrum with this one immediately.
Looks pretty much the same as before.
The balance grew crooked after long years of use.
But now that the fulcrum has been replaced, I'm pleased to report that the scales are back in working order. I also noted some stiffness during my examination, so I applied oil to ensure its functions as smoothly as possible.
Marvelous! It's like new. Now I can measure true weight with quick fastness again. Such wonderful, efficient work. From heart bottom, thank you, craft hands.
It is I who should be thanking you. I truly do enjoy the feeling of interacting with patrons directly.
We take pride in providing the perfect place for creators to create. That's how we know each craft hand requires different environment to thrive. If Papawni requires environment where she is heart-bottom thinked, then that's where Papawni can do her best craft work. She should hold on to such a place and never let it go.
If it truly wouldn't be a trouble, if my skills could truly be of benefit. Then I wish to work with you again, Mistress Rral Soj.
You are the artisan I aspired to be, but could never become, Papawni. When I first opened my store, I yearned to forge metalwares that would be revered by all, but I wasn't good enough, so I let go of that dream. I focused on my strengths and built my business on quantity instead of quality. If we were to work side by side, I know we could not only deliver products of the finest quality, we could have them ready as soon as the customer requires them. I need you, Papawni.
Then let's do our best together.
All's good well that ends good well. I'll be cheering for your success, Papawni. Thanks to you stepping in and helping us. Thanks to you stepping in and helping us that Papawni and I were able to have a heart-to-heart, Claire. There's no better way to an artisan's core than through the process of crafting, eh? As one yourself, you know this all too well, and yet your purview extends far beyond the realm of this trade. Don't think I've forgotten you're an explorer, too. I know I can't keep some of your talents tied down to my shop forever, but I'm hoping you'll stick with us till Papawni and I get the hang of the new flow of things. That sound alright to you? Yeah, I don't mind. More experience for me. Thanks. Let's head back to the city. Take care and good luck. We are thrilled once potsworn Papawni has found a new home. Aww. You know, they're really not so bad. It is kind of annoying how they talk, but you know what? They're good people, the Moblins. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just teleporting there. It's gonna be so much quicker. I kinda got turned around there. Okay, so, we all good? Moblins provide a paradise for artisans. Room and board, heaps of materials, and unlimited time to focus solely on the craft. But if you ask me, nothing's more peaceful than this here shop.
I myself have come to understand that while Earthenshire has its charms, so too does GSM Soj's Metalwares. I'll always cherish my time as a potsworn, but I know now that I need an environment where I can connect with people for whom I craft.
Then allow me to welcome you back to the shop, Papawni. Let's give it our all. Papawni and I need to discuss our crafting process from here on out. Give us a few minutes, would you? Alright, so that is officially halfway through. More than halfway through. We got 2 quests left, so let's go ahead and focus on getting there. Okay, we're back to the next set of quests here at 98, a new kind of metalware. Okay, you could light a forge with the fire burning in her eyes. I'm guessing everything's going well for them. Good to see you, Claire. Papawni and I have finished discussing how we might go about using our strengths to complement each other. We came to the conclusion that together we can craft first-rate metawares, the sort which I never would have considered crafting in the past. As a result, I decided to accept a special order. I heard through an old acquaintance that a palace seer was looking for an artisan to craft a censer for their ceremonial practices. Told him I'd be happy to oblige.
It'll be a trifle to craft where it is simple censer, but seeing as it's for ritual use, I believe it will require delicate and precise ornamentation. Which is why Mistress Rral Soj and I have decided to split up the task thus. She shall prepare the molds, while I oversee the censer's decoration and finishing touches.
That said, we're still getting used to this whole dance of tandem crafting, bound to step on each other's toes till we find a sense of harmony. We'd like you to make a number of sensors to ensure that no matter what happens, we meet our deadline. Ah, so they at least trust us there. The design of sensors where you're from may look different from those in the palace, but a quality work is a quality work. I'm confident the seer will be happy to use any that an artisan of your talent can make. Okay, so I already got everything I need. So I'm guessing this is for like an incense burner. So it's a little trickier because the quality is a little bit higher, but that's okay. Tried and true method. Okay, 1 down, only 5 to go, but we'll skip ahead. Okay, there we go, number 6. I'll be damned, this may be some of the finest work I've ever seen. Should be easy for the seers to use, and the ornamentation is flawless to boot. You truly outdone yourself, Claire. Oh, do we not get to at least see them? Quality of your work sets an example any artisan would be a fool not to follow. As always, I'm grateful for your help. For a blessing, Papawni and I were able to find our rhythm and prepared a few sensors ourselves.
Indeed, if we work together, I have no doubt we can fulfill any request that comes our way.
Still, to think you were able to prepare so many on your own, I'm thoroughly impressed. Goes to show how diligently you must have honed your craft before crossing the salt here. I've learned a great deal from seeing your work. Any road, I best get these delivered, least I tarnish the good name of my shop. I'd appreciate it if you both wait here. Shouldn't be long. I've got good news, both of you. With us here is none other than the palace seer who made the order. They were so moved by the quality of our work that they wish to thank everybody involved directly. I've never seen censers of such marvelous make in all my days at the palace. Not only do they function perfectly, but each one is simply exquisite. They are most beautifully designed. The burning of incense is essential to our rites, but many of our censers were destroyed during the invasion. We were in dire straits, but thanks to your swift and masterful work, we can resume our practices again. I'm glad we were able to be of help. Indeed, work of such quality I dare say is fit for a queen. And with that said, I would ask you and your team to prepare something for the royal family, if such work would interest you. I can return to the palace and make arrangements forthwith for a formal request. What do you say? You honor us! It would be our pleasure! Wonderful! Then I shall return immediately and begin the necessary procedures. I'll be in touch. So yep, the final quest is coming up. If the royal family themselves use the metalwares we craft, wouldn't that make us purveyors to the royal courts? That it would. I was surprised to receive a personal request from the seer in the first place, but to think we may soon craft metalwares used by the likes of Wachumeqimeqi and Kona. Should they truly make a formal request, this will be our first appointment by the royal palace. I know full well that this is a job Papawni and I should tackle alone, but a request of this magnitude can affect the very fate of XRral Soj Metalwares. I want to deliver nothing but the very best we have to offer. To do that, I need your help. Will you stick by us for just a bit longer? Okay, just one more quest to go. Okay, Master of Metal. Alright, so I'll be right back in just a moment. Hey everybody, I'm back, and I have a brand new outfit to show off. She looks great and ready to go for the final quest, a dream come true. Claire, Papawni and I received word from the seer. They wish for us to meet them near the palace, where they reveal the full details of their request. Papawni and I'll head there first. Once you're ready, join us at the Archinal climb, Claire. Alright, I can't wait to see what this is going to lead to. You know, I'm a little bit sad that I changed the outfit, but you know, I love this one. It's just so bright and colorful, and it really feels like we are in the middle of, like, Tuliolan culture. I mean, the world is grim enough as it is. I think we all need a little bit more color, don't you? But let's see what this request is all about. At the summit of these steps lies Zolok Suna. Despite all my years in the city, I've never had the pleasure of visiting myself. It looks even bigger up close. I can only imagine what wonderful treasures and trinkets the palace holds. I hope I'll be able to get a glimpse of them one day. Well, there's really not much to it. It's just mostly stone inside.
Welcome, esteemed artisans of XRral Soj Metalwares, and thank you for coming. We can now discuss the request in an official capacity. May I begin? Of course, we're quite eager to hear what exactly will be crafted. Then allow me to inform you. We wish for you to construct a pair of solar reflectors. Forgive me, I've never heard of such a thing. May I ask what it is? Certainly. It is a tool which reflects sunlight focused in on a single point for the purposes of starting fires. Think of it as a curved mirror of sorts. We Mamuja revere the sun's rays and believe the fire produced by its light banishes the wicked to the shadows. Every fire you see burning in the palace's halls is sacred, lit by the sun itself.
Oh, is it now? That's actually pretty cool. I see. By the way, you mentioned earlier you wished for us to craft a pair. In other words...
Yes, now that Val Wuklamat and Valkona have ascended the throne, it is paramount that they receive their own individual sun reflectors for ritual purposes as soon as possible. That said, they are fickle devices. Even the slightest imbalance or deformity in their construction can result in a complete lack of functionality. What's more, cloudy weather extends the time it takes to produce a flame exponentially. While it may appear simple in design, in practice it is anything but. Only the finest artisans can be trusted with so delicate a device. Will you accept our request?
We'll make the reflectors for you, all right. I stake my honor as a craftswoman on it.
Full glad am I to hear it. Then allow me to share with you a copy of the design plans used for the antecedent ceremonial reflector. Yet note that this is to be used for nothing more than a reference, for this reflector was made for the late Dawn servant Galu Jaja. We expect an altogether different design from you, one befitting the new Dawn servants. Understood. Leave it to us. We best return to the shop forthwith and discuss our approach.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy. We'll make one and they'll make the other. I don't see why we had to go all the way to them. Like, could they not just come to the shop itself? Wouldn't that have been easier? Oh well, we're almost done anyway.
The plans I received from the seer are far more elaborate than I expected. Makes me wonder if the person who drafted them was a potsworn.
Probably.
We'll need to build the base in such a way that the device can be rotated to capture the sun's rays, with a concave reflective surface to focus the light. I haven't even started on the ornamentation.
pressure making a device the vows themselves will use is something fierce. Don't help that the complexity of this device is unlike any I've ever crafted before. Dare say Papawni and I'll have our hands full preparing just a single one between us. But we'll make the thing our goddamn magnum opus, you best believe. As for the other one, you're the finest metal worker I know, Claire. I'm counting on you to make something beyond everyone's expectations. I'm sure Wachumeqimeqi and Kona would be overjoyed to receive something made by your hands.
Indeed, which is why we'd like you to be in charge of the design. As their dear friend, you know their tastes far better than us. Once you finish, I'll make sure the mold Mistress Rral Soj prepares ends up nigh identical to yours. And you needn't worry about procuring any materials. I passed through Bayside Bevy on the way back and collected everything we require. Should your stock run low, but say the word.
Well, that's helpful. Okay, last time for this. It's gonna be a little sad saying goodbye to them. I've grown kind of fond of them. But you know what? Gotta let them go. Gets to the point that they don't need us anymore. I honestly did not think I was going to do it that time. Okay. By no means is crafting one of these solar reflectors a simple task. How are you faring? I just finished. You're already finished, and the device has every ounce of the sort of quality I come to expect from you. So happens I just finished tending to my own portion of the reflector. Papawni's currently seeing to the more delicate touches. Soon as she's finished, we set off to the palace. How are they able to make like a curved mirror here? I find that kind of amazing. Welcome back, my friends. I trust these are the requested reflectors? No, we just brought them along as giant paperweights. That they are. Working in tandem with Claire, we spared no effort in making both these devices something fit for royal company. How seamless the surface, not a blemish to be found. Indeed, these appear most worthy of the vows. Yet appearances are not everything. Above all else, they must perform their function. Allow me to evaluate whether they do.
It works!
To think that they should both light a flame so swiftly. What astonishing craftsmanship!
I am truly glad I came to all of you with this request. The Vals will most certainly cherish these reflectors for years to come. If it please you, I would secure your services in a more official capacity, Mistress Rral Soj. What would you say to a royal warrant of appointment? It's the greatest honor any artisan could wish for. I happily accept. Should the royal family ever want for metalworks of quality, Rral Soj Metalworks will be happy to serve. You have my word. It is heartening to know that such a wonderful establishment exists within our fair city. Now then, I shall see to having your remuneration and official letter of appointment set out forthwith. You have my sincere gratitude for your exemplary work this day.
Oh, that was fun.
I never felt more blessed to be an artisan than in this moment. The seer had such kind things to say. Thank goodness I returned to work at Mistress Rral Soj's side.
I guess this is it. Our goodbyes. Can't thank you enough, Claire. We never could have come this far without you. Even when Papawni left, I can't say I would have mustered the courage to go and see her if you hadn't been by my side. In my ignorance, I believe my main selling point was speed and speed alone, but thanks to the both of you, Rral Soj Metalwares will soon receive a royal warrant of appointment. I can't express to you both just how thankful I am.
Oh, Mistress Rral Soj. I must thank you as well, Claire. When we first met, I but recently left the comfort of Earthenshire and was struggling to come to grips with my work here. Words can ill express how grateful I am to you for helping me carve out a place for myself. From this day forth, I will continue to leverage my strengths in making the metalwares our patrons need.
As will I. In other words, Claire, I think we're finally ready to give this a go on our own. Rral Soj Metalwares will become a shop that not only excels at delivering products to our customers with speed, but at a quality they won't find anywhere else. Finest metalwares shop this side of the salt. Appreciate the vote of confidence. Papawni and I'll aspire to become metalworkers like you. Thank you for everything, truly. Know that you'll always be welcome at XRral Soj Metalwares. I'm so glad I don't have to say that name again. Okay, let's just take that one. Quest complete. Most masterful of metalworkers. These titles, they make me smile. Okay, though, that looks like it's the end. Bonds forged in fire. Welcome to XRral Soj Metalwares, Claire. Have you come to purchase something, or perhaps to see how we fare? Whenever you have a spare moment, I would love for you to teach me more about the metalworking skills you learned across the salt. I wish to do everything I can to get even an ilm closer to your level of expertise. I learned a great deal working with you, most of all to never give up on myself again. From every day forward, I will strive to be the best artisan I can be. Do make sure you speak with Papawni as well. You have no idea how much she respects you. Oh, I have an idea. Well, everyone, I guess that's it for now. Sadly, we must say goodbye for the time being, but don't worry, I'll be back soon. So until next time, everyone, Take care.